Hey everyone, my name is Gabe, and welcome to the Smashy Awards. A year ago, I started this site, and since we've gotten open critic approval, big name game codes, and a rockstar team of people willing to put their best foot forward to better the site. Before we announce the first winner, I want to thank every one of you for watching, reading, and sharing to your friends, family, and just randoms on social media. It means the world to us as an independent media outlet. This is also the day I'm announcing something big that you can help better Smash Jump. More on that, but first, let's talk some winners. For the games developed by a handful of incredibly daring and talented people who challenge the mainstream in new and inventive ways. Contenders for Best Independent are Animal Well, Another Crab's Treasure, Dungeons of Hinterberg, Promenade, and
Thank goodness you're here. If you're looking for something to do.
I've been sucking this pipe all morning.
And then I realized it's not yours.
and the winner of Best Independent is Another Crab's Treasure. This underwater Souls-like adventure stole the hearts of many in the genre. In our review, we call it a fresh take on a genre that delivers an amusing plot, creative and deep mechanics, while exhibiting a balanced challenge for new and veteran players alike. For the titles that take us on the most exotic and fantastical destination without compromising on exploration and adventure, the contenders for Best Action Adventure are Black Myth Wukong, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth,
You seen this?
This is someone else. Ganja.
You trying to tell?
Sword Art Online, Fractured Daydream, The Legend of Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom, and Warhammer 40k, Space Marine 2. And the winner of Best Action Adventure is Black Myth Wukong. Half of our name is basically dedicated to this genre. While platformers might feel out of style, it's far from the case. For titles that kept us smashing jump and took us to greater heights, the contenders for Best Platformer are Animal Well, Astrobot, Promenade, Tales of Kenzera Zhao, and The Plucky Squire.
They adventure to the edges of their realm.
And the winner is Astrobot. For the games that allowed us to take up new identities, immerse ourselves in new worlds, and gave us freedom of expression, contenders of Best RPG are Dragon Age: The Veilguard, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth,
Whoa! Hold this thing over.
Grand Blue Fantasy Relink,
Said to be the Skydam's strongest.
Metaphor ReFantazio,
Are always the first to die. You think he's one of me?
and Unicorn Overlord.
Quite the grand vision for yourself. You would charge ahead knowing well the severity of our...
And the winner is Metaphor ReFantazio.
I'm sorry.
Now, let's look at the more action-heavy stuff, but hold the adventure and substitute it with guns. For the fast-paced and straight-shooting games that never compromise on action or explosions. Contenders for Best Shooter are Call of Duty Black Ops 6,
Time we had a chat.
Helldivers 2,
Enlist in the galaxy.
Warhammer 40k Space Marine, and X Defiant. And the winner is Call of Duty Black Ops 6, bringing a fresh take to the series. In our review, we say Black Ops 6 is a complete top-to-bottom Call of Duty package, featuring an explosive campaign, a fun and frantic multiplayer, and zombies mode. The most dynamic gunplay and movement yet, and an all-around outstanding presentation. Let's trade those guns in for fists. For the strongest fighters out there that know how to pack a mean punch, contenders for best fighter are Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics, Rivals of Aether 2,
Can it be?
Tekken 8, and Under Night in Birth 2, Sis Celes. The winner of Best Fighter is Tekken 8. Now, let's sidestep and talk about Smash Jump. We are now on Patreon. At this stage, we are only really providing a few things. Satisfaction that you are supporting independently run media in a landscape that is rife with the same companies owning everything, and general corporate oversight. We are also pleased to announce a Patreon-exclusive Discord server, where you and our lovely staff can interact. Oh, and we're kicking around an ad-free experience. Back to the show. I'm sure we all have those memories of sitting with your family or friends and playing games together, all harboring this shared experience that lasts a lifetime. For the titles that make interacting with people a real joy and a necessity, contenders for best multiplayer are Call of Duty Black Ops 6,
The nature of our enemy is unclear now.
Helldivers 2, Palworld, Super Mario Party Jamboree,
So glad you could make it. We have 7.
and Tekken 8.
The fighters will battle for personal glory and the fate of their countries.
And the winner is Helldivers 2. Coupling solid shooting, missions, and PvE action, Arrowhead Game Studio brought millions of gamers together all for one common goal: spreading democracy.
It's democracy.
Together for victory.
Together for liberty.
Together for liberty.
Being scared isn't actually a bad thing. It can make for a great learning experience, or even be a fun time. For the titles that will make you scream, cry, and beg for someone human to hold you, contenders for Best Horror are Amanda the Adventurer 2,
Scared at night, right?
Crow Country, Silent Hill 2 Remake,
Dumb, ugly, pretty. It's all the same with you.
and Still Wakes the Deep. And the winner of Best Horror is Still Wakes the Deep. Playing to the scary nature of just how deep the ocean actually is, Still Wakes the Deep combines suspenseful moments with eldritch horrors that can only be conceived by an H.P. Lovecraft aficionado. Taking a whole different spin, let's talk about families. For the games that are extremely wholesome, accessible to all, and blur the line between genres, contenders for the best family are Astrobot, Little Kitty, Big City, Paper Trail,
Well, they didn't want her to go. You see, that
Super Mario Party Jamboree,
it looks like you've played before. What's that?
and The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. And the winner of Best Family is Astrobot. Gameplay isn't everything. Sometimes a solid story is just what a game needs to stand out. for the titles that captivated us with exceptional storytelling, character development, and world building. Contenders of outstanding story and narrative are in Dragon Age: The Veilguard, Emio: The Smiling Man Famicom Detective Club, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Hellblade 2, and Metaphor ReFantazio.
First to die. You think he's
And the winner is Metaphor ReFantazio.
We couldn't protect him. I'm sorry.
Solid art direction can, for some games, make or break sales. For the games that feature stunning and inventive art styles that break the conventional, contenders for outstanding art direction are Animal Well, Astrobot, Black Myth Wukong, Promenade, and thank goodness you're here.
Oh, you're messing about with that thing, are you?
And the winner is Black Myth Wukong. Music. We all listen to it, and we all love it. Games use music all the time to pull on emotions and set the mood. For the titles that made us hum catchy tunes and compositions all day long, contenders for outstanding original score and music are in Astrobot, Dragon Age: The Veilguard,
Unless we stop them.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor ReFantazio,
kingless? It can't be. His
and Unicorn Overlord.
What say we sing this hymn?
The winner is Metaphor
Kill your enemies
ReFantazio.
to lift the prince's curse.
Small leaps and bounds happen within every generation, but these games are special. They push the limits right here, right now. For the games that pushed audiovisual boundaries to deliver spectacular next-gen experiences, contenders for the Outstanding Technical Achievement Award are Black Myth Wukong, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth,
I'm back now, Aerith.
Hellblade 2, and Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2. And the winner is Hellblade 2. There is no contest. Hellblade 2 is the most movie-grade game out there, with visuals that boast among the most realistic graphics on the market today. Developer Ninja Theory truly gave it their all. Just about everyone loves surprises, and us gamers are no different. For the games that came out of nowhere with little expectation, yet still managed to become a hit with wider audiences. Contenders of the Surprise of the Year award are Belertro,
We can go mad with power and increase our multiplier by a gargantuan.
Black Myth Wukong, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink,
You are cool and everything. I was thinking.
Helldivers 2, and Palworld. And the winner is Black Myth Wukong. This debut Souls-like hit by Game Science gives the developer an early edge at building a strong community foundation built off of making games feel like games. Despite running with the Souls-like genre, it remains a unique experience that everyone should, and many have, tried. And with too many to count, all that you see are contenders for the most anticipated game of 2025. And the winner is Grand Theft Auto 6. And with that, we arrive at the Smashy. For the titles that dazzled us with incredible production values, talent, and integrity across the board, these games deserve universal praise for being the best of the best. Contenders of the Smashy are Animal Well, Astrobot, Black Myth Wukong, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth,
It's gotta be hiding some ginormous.
Metaphor Refantasio,
Tis only just that you be the one.
Promenade, and Unicorn Overlord.
But the heavens will surely favor those who stand for justice.
And the winner of the Smashy is Astrobot. With a whimsically old-fashioned action platformer mixed with a new style of the PS5, Astrobot serves its purpose of filling a void of new, solid big-budget platformers. In our review, we say Astrobot is nothing short of a delight. It takes everything that made that small tech demo a hit and builds on its best parts while improving on the shortcomings. And that wraps it up. Thank you for watching, and thank you to all the developers every year who make fantastic games.